Hi, how's it going everyone? Welcome back to Stardew Therapy where we talk about everyday issues. If you didn't know, in the description below there's a form where you can submit your problems and we can talk about it, or you can just submit anything that you're thinking of right now. And I try and cover everything, and the more specific it is that you write down, the better it is, where I can just relate my experience. It will be easier for me. And I can't promise I can cover everything because I seen some comments where I don't really have any expertise on it. I have no experience on it. Things like body dysmorphia, any kind of eating disorder, I don't really have any experience, unfortunately, and I don't want to be lying, and I don't want to be faking things. So I will try my best to cover everything that is relevant. And today is something I'm not quite sure whether is it a problem. It's kind of related to a problem, but it's more of a kind of a thing that I realized recently, that I miss the times when I was young. I think I've been working for about 2 years now. I've graduated 2 years ago, I suppose, and you know, I'm quite sure some of you would have been told by adults to really cherish the happy moments when you were a student, cherish the free time you have, the freedom and all, because at the end of the day, you're gonna lose all this freedom and all this free time, and you just end up, you know, it just becomes a grind, to be honest. I feel like I haven't gotten over the grind, and and I don't know, maybe this whole economic capitalistic system doesn't it's not suited for me. I can't imagine myself doing this for the rest of my life. I hope I don't have to do that. I think maybe it makes it easier if you have a wife or a husband, or if you have a child, because you have a goal, right, to kind of distract you and focus you, put you on this like very focused kind of mindset where I need to do this for my child, and it makes it easier. But I have no interest in having a children, and I don't have a partner right now, so it makes it very difficult. Every day I see, I every day I work and I come back home, and it feels very routine, and I don't feel very much fulfilled, I would say. And I don't think it's an issue with my job. I feel that it really is a matter of just me not enjoying work at all. And even if the work is something that I'm interested in, I don't think I will enjoy it fully. Yeah, so it's kind of tough here, and facing all these problems, this issue here, right? It makes me really think back um when I'm younger, because as I grow older, with all more responsibilities, with more work, I lose this freedom, I lose this kind of innocence. I no longer have the free time. I have no more long holidays to watch shows and do nothing all day. I don't get to hang out with my friends as much. My friends are working during the weekdays, and during the weekends they are spending time with their family and their partners. And I mean, friends gets relegated to, I guess, third tier, I suppose. First tier maybe is friends. No, first tier is perhaps family. No, first tier is hmm, maybe I would put it as partners or families. Then second tier is partners or family. Then third tier is like friends, right? So we hardly meet as much as compared to when we were schooling. We are meeting every day, right? And we get to we get to do group work together. When we study for exams, we are studying together. And now we don't get as much time anymore. And sometimes I just think back when I was in middle school, high school, the fun I had, even in college, just hanging out with friends, enjoying their companionship, and the camaraderie of working on projects till late at night, and studying for exams. And after we finish our exams, we will celebrate, we will go to drink, we will go to the bar, we will have fun, we will talk about life. I really I remember those drinking sessions very fondly, because everybody was just, I don't know, enjoying life. And there there really isn't anything that is like just that just bog us down. I mean, maybe I remember it way too fondly. Quite sure everybody has their own problem, even as a student. But the way I look at it from now, right, is that everything is just rose tinted glasses, I suppose. uh Everything was fun, exciting, and as I grew older, it gets, I mean, of course it definitely gets harder, and it's gonna get even harder because as I as we all grow older, right, and people are going to settle down, people are going to have kids, and once they get married and they have children, the problem really sets in. The problem really sets in because I can really see that from afar. I think I kind of notice things. I mean, when I was interning, I can really see these problems happening where uh but once we start work, we're gonna be working, and in the weekends, like it's gonna be hard to meet your friends because your friends are gonna meet their parents or their partner, right? And then you start to see other cases where once people start to get married and start to have children, it gets even more worse. Like even if you are meeting your friends like once a month or once every quarter or so, or even half. I mean, you meet once two times a year, I suppose. But that's a bit too. I mean, if you are meeting 2 times a year, you are just a barely friends, right? But I suppose once a month makes sense, right? It's going to get even worse, right? Because once they get married and they have children, they're going to spend a big part of their time, majority of their time, just trying to raise the child, and they don't really have time. And people say, you know, the only way they can hang out is just to go to their house because they can't really go out, right? Because if they want to go out, they have to put their child with their parents or with a nanny, and it's gonna be tough. And the first two years is gonna be very tough because the child definitely needs a lot of help, and perhaps near the maybe once you hit like middle school, then things start to get slightly better. But overall, it's gonna be lonely for somebody that doesn't have a partner like me, and for someone who doesn't want to have a child. So I'm trying to distract myself. To be honest, I'm trying to distract myself by through content creation. Hence, hence the reason why I started doing this. I started doing this the moment I graduated, where I have a long period of holiday where before I started work, because I knew that at one point it's either I choose like to go church during the weekends to distract myself, or I do content creation. And I went with content creation in the end because I felt that content creation was something that I could own, that I could exercise my creativity, I could distract myself from being lonely. And I feel that a lot of people will experience this, those who are alone, those who are single, or those who haven't dated before. I think once you reach around this stage, you are looking for companionship, you are looking for love. I mean, if you study psychology or introduction psychology, you will know that there are different life stages, and this is the part where you're looking for companionship. And and in order, I mean, and when you don't have any companionship, it's tough. So you kind of need some form of distraction, or so it's either, you know, we can go to the church, then I can like meet new people and find a relationship, but my values don't really match. I feel that going to church helped in terms of just learning new values, learning new perspective, but I'm not Christian at all. So I think it would be very disingenuous uh when when you go to church and you get close to somebody, but then you don't want to convert and you don't want to fully buy in, because I can't really buy in. I can perhaps buy in half, like as in I can try and, you know, tag along and do things, but I can't really commit to the extent that they do. So it's a bit hard, even though like people, I think there's a tendency for, I think a lot of people in my country and my friends, like social group, everybody would say, oh, if you want to look for a partner, if you want to look for more friends, you can go to church. But I think there's a disclaimer there, that you have to, you know, be fully involved in the community in order for you to really I don't know, assimilate yourself and be part of them. Even though they are welcoming, there's definitely a barrier there. Yeah. And so I just went with an alternative, which is content creation where I can just own whatever I have, because I feel that I can really sense it when I was interning, that all the work that you do, as much as you own your progress and your achievement, I hopefully this is not too loud for you guys. I mean, usually I try and avoid going to the dungeons when I film Stardew Therapy, and I try and avoid riding horses because it's a bit too loud, but hopefully it's fine because it's soft enough, right? I lowered the volume quite a fair bit. But yeah, so at least, I mean, I know that once you start work, it feels very empty. And even, I don't think, even if I do the work that I like, I would feel better. And I don't really own my labor, right, in that sense. As much as I own my progress, if I work hard, I get like, you know, promoted and all these things. So definitely I own something there. But for some reason, deep down within me, I can't really articulate it well. I don't really own whatever that I have. I have no control, and I really need control here because I mean, I overthink a lot. I'm a very anxious person, so having control is very important. And in some ways, content creation, this project allows me to have full control, allowing me to make any decisions I want without anybody like kind of just saying, hey, you know, you should do this, you should do that. But of course, my intention is also to improve. Hence, you know, when I willingly open to criticism, that's also a form of control, right? Hence, I mean, that's why I think this was probably the best way to go, to provide some form of, to take back control, and also a way to exercise my creativity, and also as a way to kind of just keep me grounded and have some sort of meaning in my life, as compared to having nothing, having no hobbies at all, and every weekend I just come home and just watch shows. As much as I enjoy shows, and a lot of shows have helped me you know, get through life, like Rick and Morty has helped me understood like my destiny, my life and all these things. But I mean, there's only so much Rick and Morty you can watch. Hence the content creation project definitely helps a lot in terms of just covering so much of the needs that I have right now, to, you know, to have a purpose, to have meaning, to distract myself from my inability to find a partner. And people just say, when the time comes, you know, fate will just bring you together. But I think you have to actively look out for that. And I feel that I reached this point where I'm just too committed to my content creation thing that I don't want to sacrifice any time. I'm too comfortable with myself. And all my time is filled up towards recovering, relaxing, and also a big bulk of my time is spent towards creating content that I can't really free up time for somebody else to really put in the kind of resources and effort to build a relationship with someone else. It feels like it takes a lot of risk. I put in so much time, and if it doesn't go well, I'm just wasting time, isn't it? So it's hard. I think you have to take this kind of risk in order to get a partner. But I guess that's life, and I need to figure how things work. But for now, I'm just going to dedicate myself to content creation, and you know, and we see how it goes. Then hopefully, maybe in the future, I find a partner or something. Yeah, these are just mindless ramblings, I suppose. But hopefully you found some of it relevant. And if you're interested in you know, sharing your problems, please go to the description below, and there's a form for you to, you know, write your problems and submit it.